Hello everybody and welcome back to Plastic Models by a Regular Dude. And today I got something a little bit different. It is not a model per se, but it is kind of model related according to my interests. Um, so as a lot of you know, some of the kits I've done, especially the M10 that I'm working on right now, I tend to pick things that really interest me or something that would pertain to my grandfather's service in World War II. And that's today's subject today. Um, he was a member of he was in Company C, 417th Infantry Regiment, 76th Infantry Division. And, I've collected lots of 76 Division memorabilia and historical things. And there's one particular item that I've been looking for a long time. And it's really rare, hard to find. And my kids pulled through and got this item for me for Christmas. And it just came in today. So let's take a look and see what it is. This is it. It is 1st Battalion, 417th Infantry Regiment, always 1st. My grandfather, being Company C, was in the 1st Battalion. And this book, when I first started my research on my grandfather's unit, I saw this come up a few times. Different people had them. It was mentioned in some historical references for the division, and it's really unique. And it's really, really something hard to find. As a matter of fact, this is the only one I've ever found. I saw it and had been talking about it, and my kids decided they would pool their resources and get this for me. And I am just really, really beyond stoked. This thing is just, I can't even begin to tell you how badly I've wanted one of these things. So I'm going to pull it out of the bag, hence the gloves here. And this is it. Now, there's some really unique things about it. First, this footprints in the ETO. This is kind of following the 417th as they went across from England into Europe through all of their travels during the war to the end of the war. Now, this map right here was drawn by a person that was in the regiment that joined, or he didn't join, he was assigned to this regiment, the same, I think he's on the same paperwork as my grandfather as far as the morning reports as of when they were assigned. So they were assigned like the same time in March of 45. And anyway, I contacted him after I found out he was the one who had drawn this artwork. And he was, quite a prolific person in his area. His name's William Coleman. And he sent me a high-resolution scan of this map from the original that he has. And I'm going to have that blown up, have it printed, and make a nice frame for it, and hang it in with the rest of my stuff. But it was kind of neat being able to talk to the guy via email that actually did the artwork, one of the guys who did artwork for this book. Now, as you can see here, it was all written in by hand by, let's see here, his name was, published by the 1st Battalion, 417th Infantry, 76th Infantry Division, under the supervision of Major Vern E. Pate, Assistant Supervisor and Editor, blah, 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 blah. And then right here, PFC William S. E. Coleman, Company C, which was my grandfather's regiment, or company. So, they were in the same places through the whole war. And it was, as I was saying, it was all handwritten and then printed, multiple versions of it printed. I don't know the exact number, but from what I've read, there was only like you know, a few hundred of these printed, and the only place that I've been able to find actual proof of, you know, a public entity having one of these was a university in Texas. Other than that, they're in private hands, the ones who survived. And I've seen a few collectors have some of these, and, you know, again, it's just one of those things that every time I'd see it, I thought, man, I'd love to have one because of its rarity, because of its connection to my grandfather. But lots of hand-drawn artwork, and it basically follows their progress via text and artwork across the ETO. The Marine Raven is the ship that that they went over to Europe in, and oddly enough, it was the same ship that brought my grandfather back to the States. So that's kind of cool. You know, so this is a really nice bit of artwork here. Some of this I think I'm going to try and photograph and blow up and put in frames. But anyway, just a really, really cool book, and it just talks briefly about, you know, their activities going across. And it's pretty good because I've read it before. I got a copy of it from someplace, and you know, it's good reading because, you know, since it's just following the 1st Battalion, it can be a little more concise in its narrative. It doesn't have to be so broad without becoming a giant volume. So, you know, this is it. It's just a really, really, really cool book, and I'm just really stoked, and my kids are just totally awesome for getting together and getting this for me. It just made my week, my year, my holiday. I was just really, really glad. So anyway, I thought I'd share that with you guys because it does pertain and relate to my a lot of my modeling endeavors and trying to replicate vehicles that were either attached to or part of the 417th Infantry Regiment. Then in the back has some photographs, and then you know, autograph of the different officers in the regiment, and it's just, or the 1st Battalion actually. You know, just really, really good stuff. Has a list of awards that they got during this time period, who all got the Purple Heart, Bronze Stars, Silver Stars, Distinguished Service Cross. One person did get the Congressional Medal of Honor from the 417th, but I can't remember if he was in this battalion or not. But just some really cool stuff. So anyway, I thought, since, you know, you guys watch my videos and see my kits and listen to me blab about how they relate to my grandfather's service, I thought you might like to see this book. So anyway, thanks for watching Plastic Models by a Regular Dude, and for sharing in my excitement for finally getting my mitts on this book. So until next time, I will see you all later.